Hi, I'm Dr. Dave Janda, and please welcome to our Operation Freedom platform, WeThePeopleProcessing.com. You know, are you tired of being threatened to be canceled just because you have a company focused on liberty and freedom? Well, worry no more, folks. WeThePeopleProcessing.com is your go-to merchant services, freedom-based company to provide business service payment solutions. We the People Processing provides their clients a cancel culture-free platform which is domestically based. They provide competitive rates, no contracts with next-day funding, a fully vetted and like-minded financial infrastructure, and full support for integrations, implementation, and e-commerce efforts. Bottom line, WeThePeopleProcessing.com focuses on defending your company's free market growth, values, and future. Check them out at www.WeThePeopleProcessing.com. Once you're on the site, enter in password Operation Freedom or call 855-499-2024. That's WeThePeopleProcessing.com. Then, when on the website, enter Operation Freedom as your password or call 855-499-2024.
Mr. President-elect,
go ahead.
Can you say
Asking a
categorically,
question.
Mr. President-elect, can you give us a question?
Don't be
You're
rude.
attacking us. Can you give us a question?
Don't be rude. No, I'm not going to give you a question. I'm not going to give you a question.
Can you state categorically?
You are fake news.
Sir.
I'm Dr. Dave Janda. Welcome back to Dave versus the MSM. I'd like to thank you for joining me today. We're also available 24/7 at davejanda.com. Extra shows, extra content, extra guests, extra analysis, archives to all of our shows, available at davejanda.com. We hope you'll become part of our Freedom family and hope you'll listen to us every Sunday live on the radio from Wham Talk 1600's Freedom Bunker. You can stream it live and it's free at davejanda.com. Hit the listen live button. You're with us 2 to 5 Eastern. Again, fantastic guests. Great analysis. Oh, the deep state hates that show. Why? Because we provide you the facts, the data, the science that they are trying to cover up. Their goal is to strip you of what freedoms you have left, of your future, of our country, and of your life. No, that's not hyperbole. That's not overstating what they're up to. It's what they are up to, right on the money. Yeah. So today's presentation is called The Year of the Rats. China, Biden, and Harris. 3 huge rats. And frankly, it's going quite well for the rats. Their goal is the destruction of the West, the destruction, all 3 are true. It's destruction of this country. Just look at the policies being implemented by this Biden-Harris goat rodeo. And who's behind that goat rodeo? The head rat. China. Things are going well. In fact, Xi, the president of China, they just had a huge party for him. Oh, yeah, the Communist Chinese Party. Just essentially gave him another promotion. Ready for this? By the way, do you hear about this on the mainstream media? Of course you don't. Or what I call the bought-off lamestream fake media? Of course you don't. Why? Because they're a tentacle of the deep state. And the deep state is what brought China into power. It's their pet rat. Yeah. And Biden and Harris are their puppet rats. From Zero Hedge, China's 6th plenum paves way for Xi Jinping to become emperor for life. Ooh, that's quite the promotion, isn't it, for a totalitarian thug? Yeah. China's Communist Party Central Committee concluded its closed-door 6th plenum in Beijing this past week to ensure an unprecedented third term for President Xi Jinping that would extend his rule until 2027. Huh. special. The official summary of the closed-door meeting read, quote, establishing Comrade Xi Jinping's position as the core of the Central Committee as well as the whole party was of decisive significance in advancing toward the great rejuvenation of the Chinese nation. Rejuvenation of the Chinese nation. Interesting. Most countries, including the good old US of A, are reeling because of that came from that beautiful lab and not from people drinking bat soup. We talked to you about that in January of 2020, of what was really going on there. Oh, we got videos taken down off of this platform. I got suspended permanently from Twitter for calling the freedom stripping. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Isn't censorship great? Goes on. Over 400 Communist Chinese Party bosses, military leaders, and top policy advisors attended this meeting in China, which gathered at a heavily guarded hotel in Beijing. Wait a minute. If this dude is so popular amongst the people, the people's emperor, why exactly does it have to be heavily guarded? Right. On Operation Freedom, I've been speaking about inflation, supply chain issues, and voting with your hard-earned dollars and how to make a difference. Look, we all know over the past couple years how the globalist syndicate has done quite well. And while middle America, small and medium-sized American-made businesses have suffered while the big box stores have prospered. Many people believe, well, there's nothing you can do about it. I believe there is, folks. I believe there is. That's the good news. We need to vote with our dollars. That is how we make a difference. What if there was a better way to utilize our resources that we have earned to support small and medium-sized businesses rather than these big box stores or the globalist syndicate? Look, businesses that do not rely on cargo ships from far-off distant lands, that are American-based businesses, are the key. And that is where PatriotSwitch.com gives you and me the ability to help each other. Rather than continuing to give our money to the big box stores or the globalist syndicate, if you will. That's why PatriotSwitch.com was created, to help provide products from family-owned, American-made businesses and companies, and provide it to folks like you and me. That's PatriotSwitch.com, PatriotSwitch.com. Gathered at the heavily guarded hotel in Beijing, lauded Xi for having made, now listen to what they call it, quote, historic achievements, end quote, and leading a, quote, historical transformation, end quote, of the economy, shows he's an uncontested leader of the world's second largest economy. They lauded him for his historic achievements. Like what? How about a bioweapon? Yeah, that got released and then covered it up, and then, by the way, had help from some scum in the United States, right? Yeah, that little totalitarian dude, Tool, yeah, Fauci, yeah, and some guy named Ralph Barrick, and another guy named Peter Daszak, and another guy named Francis Collins, and a bunch of organizations called the NIH, the CDC, the FDA, right? And everybody in big government. I mean, think of it. He got, as evil as it is, as sinister as it is, historic achievements, they're right. That's not an overstatement. Bioweapon, crashing of economies in the West across the world, China's economy. Up we go. How about this? Can you say another historic achievement? Afghanistan? Yeah. They got where do you think the $85 billion in arms went? There are thousands of American hostages left in Afghanistan. There are, they inherited, because Biden-Harris policies, all those natural resources in Afghanistan. They got the entire country. Oh, yeah. There's a historic achievement. How about this? How about the fact that China's yanking the strings or the chains on the supply chains? Right. Another historic achievement. Their energy sources are booming. Their Silk Road initiative, right? Historic achievements. Oh, and then their Secretary of State equivalent just absolutely annihilating our Secretary of State in Anchorage, Alaska, and then again at another meeting. And then we just had this virtual summit between Biden and Xi. What a joke. Even the bought-off lamestream fake media, the reports are, well, really nothing from the United States standpoint, nothing really came of benefit of that virtual summit. How about this? There was no mention of that lab, that in that entire conversation. 5 million dead around the world. Hundreds of thousands dead here. Right. But Biden, shh. I don't want to make him mad because, well, I might get a smaller cut of the pie. What? Yeah, remember before the election, right out here, People's Republic of Ann Arbor, we were talking about the Hunter Biden laptop and the fact that there was evidence in that laptop that had come forward, confirmed by my sources, of $1.5 billion in money laundering from the Chinese into the Biden family, of which the big guy, wonder who that is, the big guy got 10%. I mean, look at this. They put $1.5 billion, which is a lot of money to all of us, but to these governments, that's like haircut money. $1.5 billion, look what they got. They wiped out by having this guy on the payroll and his family on the payroll and Harris in the bag. They got all of Afghanistan, all the natural resources. They inflicted millions of deaths. Oh, the Chinese would never inflict millions of deaths on the world. Mao Zedong, remember that dude? He killed 40 million of his own. Wake up. They crashed economies around the world. Think of 2018 and think of now. Is China in a better position? Are they stronger than they were in 2018? You bet. Are we in a better position? Are we stronger than we were in 2018? No way! Even the most delusional of zealots knows that. No. 1.5 billion goes a long way. Crashing economies, inflicting chaos on the world, crashing economies. And now, who's in their eye? Taiwan. You saw what Biden and Harris did with Afghanistan. Right, nothing. Ran. Left American hostages, left all the people that helped us, put every woman in Afghanistan in harm's way. What do you think they're going to do with Taiwan? And by the way, you want to talk about supply chain shortages? 60%, as I understand it, of semiconductors, chips, are made in Taiwan. What do you think is going to happen when they roll in there? And you think Biden and Harris are going to put up any kind of a resistance? And there are people that say, oh, China doesn't have any bioweapons programs or anything like that. Well then, how about this one? From Red State, high-ranking Chinese defector has direct knowledge of several Chinese special weapons programs. Well, I don't know, maybe Maybe we should be concerned, huh? Yeah. Or how about this one? Senior member of the Communist Chinese Party think tank claims China won unprecedented biological war against the United States in 2020 and, quote, put the U.S. back in its place, end quote. Ping Chen, professor of national development at Peking University in Beijing in China, said China, quote, put the U.S. back in its place, end quote. In 2020, he states, quote, China won the trade war, science and technology war, and especially the biological war. The achievement is unprecedented. And now you know why. Xi, emperor for life. And lest you think that it's just Biden and Harris, let me just drop this one on you. From Natalie Winters. Over 20 Fauci-funded researchers have served at the Chinese communist-run Wuhan lab. Yeah, you know, right. Nearly 1,000 U.S.-funded grants from Anthony Fauci and Francis Collins, who ran the NIH, have landed in the laps of collaborators of the Communist Chinese Party's Wuhan Institute of Virology. American scientists have received taxpayer funds from 637 grants by Anthony Fauci's National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, have also served as visiting lecturers and researchers at that same lab. And there you have it. It is the year of the rat. China, Biden, Harris. Oh, let's throw that little tool Fauci in there too. It's the year of the rat. The question is, what are we going to do about it? I know what I'm going to do about it. I'm going to keep providing information that sheds light on the rats and do everything in my power to have them scurry back into their freaking holes. And maybe by them scurrying back in their holes, there'll be some sense of freedom left for the rest of us. But I will keep producing content, no matter how they try to censor me on this platform or everywhere else. But I can assure you, at DaveJanda.com, it is uncensored. We go in depth. We put you months, if not years, ahead of the curve. And that is why the deep state despises what we do. I thank you for joining me today. Until next time, Dave Janda signing off. Dream big and dare to fail. Thanks for your time today.